Real love. I'm searching for real love. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. New angle. I'm actually sitting sideways in my recliner right now in the living room because I decided to work from my living room, at least for the beginning of the day. I ended up spending all day in my office last night. I brought my personal computer and hooked it up to my docking station that I have for work that was provided by my company. And for some reason, it felt so weird. Like, it felt good and natural, and like I should be doing this more often. Like, I should prioritize the things that I'm doing for myself. Like, I'm currently enrolled in a 90-day course. I have lots of things that I really need to be researching, and and I'm saying all that from the perspective of my million plans that really equals no plan at all. But like, there's so many things that sitting in front of my personal computer would like expedite and make happen, more seamlessly. But I don't do that because my work computer has a home in my home, and I don't really like that, actually, because it really does make me feel like I'm cut off from a portion of my own home, which is lame. And I really hope the sound is okay, because I know my heat is blowing in the background and it is very loud. But yeah, it felt really good to be at my desk and have 3 monitors dedicated to personal things, dedicated to personal work. I even attended a webinar for like small businesses, like small business funding last night. I signed up for it kind of impromptu after seeing an ad for it on Instagram. It was with Joy Hunt. You may have seen ads for her stuff on the gram, because she is like, well, she calls herself like your business bestie or your small business best. I think your business bestie is what she described herself as. But I have been seeing her on social media a lot. It was just like, I'm hosting this free small business funding masterclass, and she specifically was talking about, like, in the advertisement that reeled me in, she was talking about getting funding under your EIN, like specifically not carrying the debt for your business under your social security number. And that's something that I'm really being intentional about. I don't have a business credit card at this point right now, because I don't want to have to use my social security number to do that. But I am currently building business credit. I have my DUNS number and all these other things. So, like, things are happening. And it actually felt really good, because as I'm sitting in the webinar, like, if you've ever attended like an advertised webinar from like Instagram or something, you know that at the end of it, they're going to make you an offer for either a course or a challenge, or, some sort of like resources that they will provide for you for a fee. And I'm like going through the meeting or going through the webinar and hearing all these things. She's like, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. And it's like, I have all those things. I actually have all those things. So like, maybe I am, better equipped than I thought I was. I don't know. It just felt really good to get the confirmation that, I haven't missed a step, basically, is what was affirmed for me last night, is that I have my ducks in a row. And honestly, a lot of that is attributed to my actual business bestie, which is just my actual bestie, which is Jaslyn. Shout out to you, because, excuse me, you made the the organization, LLC organization process much less stressful for me. Having someone in your life that's done the thing guide you through the thing is very helpful. So shout out to my actual business bestie. Had to run back the tea I was talking about yesterday. Moringa watermelon, lemon balm with the ginger syrup. So good. But because I'm in the living room, I don't have my mug warmer. So thankfully this mug has a cover, so it's keeping it like lukewarm at least. But it's not hot anymore. But still delicious nonetheless. Did I say happy Valentine's Day? Today's Valentine's Day. It is Friday, February 14th, and I am so grateful to have zero like heavy feelings around this day. And I'm trying to think back on how I felt on previous Valentine's Day when like romantic relationship was more like centered in my reality. Um and not well, it's not yeah, it's really not centered at all right now. It's not shunned and it's not like I'm avoiding it, but it's not centered. Like I don't feel like I'm missing anything by not being partnered at this moment because I know it's coming. Like I know that my husband is out there. Like, and that's just the long and the short of it. I know he's out there, um, and that's good enough for me because right now my house ain't even clean and my laundry ain't done. So he don't need to be here seeing it. Yeah, let me get my ish together and then we can discuss getting our ish together. And it don't even take all that. Like if you want to come in while my house is messy and you don't mind and maybe even you gonna help me clean it, I'm down for that too. But also I'm also down for waiting until the time is right. Waiting on divine timing, which is really not a wait, it's just a being, a being in the in between. Yeah, lots of true self-love. Like this Valentine's Day really is highlighting how much self-love and self-acceptance I've cultivated within myself over the last like I'll say like 2 years. Really the last year for sure, cuz the last year was really when I like just completely decentered any sort of partnered act. um if you're picking up what I'm putting down, like it's not a priority. It's not it I won't say it's not important, but it's not important to me now. Like it's not a requirement for my joy or peace or anything like that, which is such an amazing place to be because I remember a time when I truly would be like going through it about being single because I had spent so long not being single from the age of probably 10 to 17. I probably spent a total of like less than a year single. Like even though most of the relationships, one of them was actually a long-term committed relationship from the age of 13 to 17, but like the one before that, obviously from 10 to 13 you're having a bunch of little dinky relationships, which was my testimony. Bunch of little dinky relationships that did not amount to anything because I'm 10, 11, 12. But then 13 hit, and that's when I found the man that I thought was, well, he was not a man then because I wasn't a woman then. We were both children. But that was the last time that I was in a committed long-term relationship, was 17 years of age. That was the last time, and I'm about to turn 28 next month. And that's kind of a crazy realization, but also I'm fine with that. Like I'm glad that I won't even say that I limited the number of negative romantic experiences that I could have had because I really didn't. I just was in situationships. Well, really a situationship. You know, that was the long and the short of it at that point. Like as an adult, I've only been in situationships. And I'm so glad for that to be over because I was only ending up in situationships because I was allowing that to happen. I was accepting of that. I'm not anymore. I do not allow that. I do not accept that. That's not worth my time. It's not, I have no interest in a intimate non-committal relationship. Like that's not something I'm even remotely interested in. Um, yeah. And it feels so, like, as I'm saying that, like, I'm waiting for the but to come up, but there is no but. It just feels so good to be able to say that. Like, that's not what I'm seeking. Real love. I'm searching for real love. Someone in my real love. I'm searching for real love. But I'm not searching, actually. I'm just here attracting a real love. I know that. And that, like I said, that feels so good to be able to say from a place of true knowing that all I have to do is be and everything that is meant for me will make itself known, show up, come to me. I don't know. That's where I am right now on this beautiful Valentine's morning. My mom texted me and wished me a happy Valentine's Day. That's kind of the extent of the Valentine's interactions I've had so far. But it's only 9:22 a.m. So who knows? That might change as the day goes on. But yeah, if you are experiencing any form of loneliness, first of all, can we hug ourselves? Like, this might seem cringy, but I actually can you hug yourself with me? Like, let's just hug each other real quick. Just a good embrace. Like, it even feels like a stretch because I've had shoulder pain, and this even just feels good to my shoulder. But it feels good to have a hand to just, if it's not anybody else's hand, embrace yourself, and don't be afraid to embrace yourself. There's nothing, no shame, no silliness, no fear, no, you can do it where nobody can see you if you have to. Go to the bathroom and hug yourself if you have to. Like, embrace yourself physically so that you can, to aid in embracing yourself internally, accepting yourself. The level of self-acceptance that I have reached is something that I thought was only like in fairy tales. Like, I truly accept every part of myself, even the darkest parts, even the parts that seem unsavory. I know they're there and I accept them. And the only way to, make them savory is to acknowledge that they're there, But even then, you don't have to make anything. You just have to be here now and acknowledge what comes up in the moment. And as long as you're willing to do that, everything else will fall into place. Everything will work out as it's supposed to. If you have a heated moment where you face a trigger, realize that you were triggered and examine what triggered you so that you can, avoid and I won't even say avoid, but so that no longer is a trigger for you. Like, you have control over your triggers if you are able to recognize, acknowledge, and, investigate them. You have the ability to not be triggerable. Like, it takes a lot to trigger me, but I'm at a point where I get excited when I'm triggered because it's like, oh, there's something here. I didn't know this was here. This is exciting. Let's see what this is so that I can transmute it and alchemize it into a beneficial situation, like something that will benefit me on my path, because clearly this is coming up for a reason, because it needs to be addressed. And every time you do that, you are enacting divine timing, because divine timing is not about time, because time does not exist. Divine timing is about you stepping into the version of you that is able to not only receive, but sustain the things that you're asking for. If you are asking for a 10-bedroom mansion, but you're currently living in a 1-bedroom apartment that has crap up to the ceiling, you're probably not in a place to maintain a bigger space. Unless, but you even then you might be, because you might have crap up to the ceiling because you outgrown the space, which the crap's not up to the ceiling yet, but it's definitely up the wall in the office. But yeah, it's just a matter of addressing the things that come up. And every time you do that, you are getting closer and closer to the reality that you are seeing for yourself. And just holding on to that fact, every adjustment you make is calling in your ideal reality, calling in your home, your heaven on Mother Earth. Take peace in that, and just feel the love that comes with knowing that the source of all that is one with you. That's the oneness. That is the intimate relationship. That is the intimacy that we should all be striving for on this Valentine's Day. Yes, intimacy with a partner is a beautiful thing, but it can be destructive if you don't have intimacy with yourself. If you are relying on a partner to feel love like you can't feel love on your own, then that's not love. That you're loving out of necessity. You did love out of love, but that starts with loving yourself. All right. At this point, I feel like I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. Love on yourself. Accept yourself. But also examine yourself and examine your triggers and your shadows. What just fell? I just heard something fall behind me, but I don't think anything fell. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's my cue that it's time to go. Well, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so you never miss another video from me. But until next time, love y'all infinitely. Peace.